right, hey, welcome into our newest feature here on PowerMizzou.com. Hangin with Mookie Cooper. This is our first venture into kind of an off-season, a new deal we're doing. We're trying to kind of give you guys a chance to get to know some Mizzou players a little bit better, and we hope this goes well, and maybe there are some more opportunities to do it down the road. Mookie is there on the left side of your screen. Hopefully, I'm Gabe DeArmond. Hopefully you guys can tell the difference between the two of us. He's the one that looks like he might have a chance to be a Division I wide receiver, and I'm the one that looks like I might write about it. So, Mookie, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Had a cooler day, classes today. Then we got a little kind of off day. We got our body together for real, training. But cooler day so far, kind of typical.
Yeah, appreciate you joining us. And before we get into this, basically this is going to be, I want to tell everybody kind of what we're going to do. This is just going to be us kind of talking every week. We're going to do this for 10 weeks through spring football, a couple weeks after probably, and we want to give fans kind of an idea not only what you do in the off season, but also just and then through spring football, but also just get a chance to know you, get a chance to know your story, all that. So we hope you guys get a little bit of a chance to know Mookie a little bit better and know some of these guys off the field and know their stories. Before we get into our conversation this week, I do want to let you guys know that the sponsor of this show all season, or all, I guess, off-season, whatever this is, for the next 10 weeks is the Bruning Legal Firm in St. Louis. And Bruning Legal, you can check them out at BRUNINGlegal.com. They are a personal injury law firm in St. Louis. They'll help people who were injured in an accident started by a father and his two sons. All of them former Mizzou grads. They're going to treat their clients like family, helping them recover and get the compensation they deserve. The Brunings are members of Power Mizzou, huge Missouri fans, and we're really excited to get a chance to work with Mookie. And Mookie, that's where I want to start, man. Just what's this whole name, image, and likeness thing? Fans have a million opinions about it. Media, like it's kind of an opportunity for us, but we don't really know what it is yet. Coaches are kind of navigating it. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Players that you and your friends and guys you know at other schools, I mean, just kind of what is this for you guys as far as an opportunity?
Most college athletes or anybody, they're going to always love to have some extra money. But, most athletes, you happy that you got the opportunity to make money, but it's like not everybody will always, it's not just easy. You don't just get it. You can't just wake up with an NIL deal. Some people got to go out and get maybe an agent. So it's like you happy you got the opportunity, but it also comes with playing, or like you can't just, unless you're just from like, you already had a name from high school, maybe you can get something. But like you won't just wake up with an NIL deal. So, I mean, me personally, I was happy for it. I always, I would like to have, so everybody wants some more money, but it's like you still gotta do something for it to happen. Like it's not just gonna pop up. So.
Right, and I think that's something that fans maybe kind of don't really have an appreciation for what you guys do. Not only all the years and the time you put into it before you got to college, but I mean, just kind of all these people listening, give them an idea, like, what's your week like, man? I mean, I know you go to school, you've got all this stuff, but like how many hours a week are you spending on football stuff too? This is like a full-time job for you guys, right?
Okay. Do you want to know like for during the season or off season right now?
I mean, both of them. Kind of give us the difference, yeah.
All right. During the season, it was just like, first you always got to come to the facility for breakfast, check in for breakfast early in the morning. Then you got whatever class and tutorings normally was taking up the mornings or whatever. Then right after, even sometimes, some days you might lift early in the morning before your classes. And some days it might be earlier before practice. It depends on whatever day. But you're going to lift some days, like 2-3 days a week with practice on top of that. Practice was like 2.5 hours, depending on what day it was, how things was going. But we wasn't really leaving the facility during the season till like 7 o'clock, 8 some days. Like we was up there all day. The only time you at home is from like 9 to 6, 7 in the morning when you wake up. That's it. But It's like a full day. But then the off season right now, I go to class in the mornings, tutoring or whatever. I lift out. It's three. We got three different workout groups or whatever. So it's like a 6:30 or 1 o'clock and a 2:45. I work out at 2:45 group. So right now we just work out in our 2:45 groups. That's be like an hour and a half, 2 hour workout, and then we just got classes right now. We haven't. That's all we got right now, and then until spring ball.
Okay, so maybe this is like, I don't want to say it's easy. That's the wrong word, but this is a little bit of downtime for you. You got a couple hours every day.
The off season, you got more downtime, but then like as it pick up or whatever, we get close to the season, we start adding, like you might start having meetings. Like we don't have meetings right now, so like eventually we'll have meetings that'll take up more time and walkthroughs. Like that all just come with time, but that's pretty much all we got right now for this winter workout session.
Okay, I got you. So, I mean, during the season, it's what you start at what 6 a.m, something like that, or is it not quite that early?
Breakfast. Some I think it started maybe like 6:37. That was when we had to go to breakfast in the morning. Open to like 9ish. I think we had breakfast, but yeah, that's pretty much when it was. But sometimes, like you have different lift groups, so some people may lift at 6 a.m. It all depends on everybody's class schedule because it's kind of different. But everybody gonna get the same amount of work in. It's gonna, so it just depends on where your schedule was. But from like most days, from 1 to 7, you was at the football facility in the season most days.
And I don't want to make this sound like the like boot camp or anything necessarily, but I mean it really is kind of a full-time job for you guys, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate that.
No, it most definitely is, and we know that, but it's what we signed up for. But it most definitely take its toll on you. But that's what we're here to do, though.
Yeah. So you got back to Columbia here. What, class started a week and a half ago, something like that. But since the season ended, what have you been doing? Did you get some time to after the bowl game to go out and hang out with your family and just be home in St. Louis?
Yeah, I went to the crib. I was in St. Louis for like maybe a week and a half, but like I kicked it with my family. Like it's real. It's not too much to really do in St. Louis, so I just kicked it with family for the whole time I was there. But I was training. I ain't gonna lie. I probably went like I didn't do nothing like the first 2 days. I was just chilling. But then it's like we so used to going every day. It's like when I was just sitting there chilling, I'm just like I feel like I'm not doing nothing. I got to do something like. So I got back to it like after 2 days of being there and been training. I came back to Columbia earlier, so just to have all my resources, like the training room, hot tub, all that. So I came back to school. We started on 17th. I was back in Como like around January 5th or 6th.
All right. So tell me the last time you can remember you just took like a week off of it, not lifting, not a football practice, not anything like that. How long has that been?
Probably like when COVID first hit.
Okay.
Like when COVID first hit and they sent us home for school. That's probably like the first time where I wasn't really. But like during regular like actual playing football and without COVID, like it's pretty like maybe an off season in like freshman or sophomore year, like maybe like when I'm young or whatever, but it's been a minute where I'm just chilling, not doing football.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to be honest, to play at this level, it's got to be that kind of full-time dedication, right?
Facts, yeah, because just you think about it, it's like everybody. We've been watching these videos. Coach Russell, he got us on these things called Edgers. It was like a video with like Tom Brady, and everybody was on there. They was talking about how they all compete in practice. And they'll go tell each other, like, I got an edge on you. I watch film more than you. I got an edge on you. I was staying later getting more treatment or whatever. So it's like in college, everybody be trying to get an edge. You think about it. The next person, it's so many college athletes, the next person could be working out every day and you wondering why your situation not X, Y, and Z. It's like you got to put in the work to get whatever you want out of it. That's the only way I think you're going to succeed in this college game.
Yeah. Now, like I said, we're doing this for the fans, and this is my fault. We have gotten 10 minutes into this, and the first thing I should ask you is, like, I remember when you were in the Rivals database, you were in there as Terrion Cooper. So who was the first person to call you Mookie? Where'd that come from?
Oh, I can't believe you did this. My mom, she called me Mookie. I'm guessing, honestly, I've been named Mookie ever since I know I was a human. Like, so like that's been my name. I don't remember what I was thinking when I was 1, maybe 2, but like ever since I knew what was going on, my name was Mookie. So like I don't know where it came from. Honestly, I cannot tell you right now. Even it's just been my name. Even like 7th grade, when I got to about 7th grade, I started writing my name for real, like Tyrion on papers. Like all my teachers, principal, everywhere I went, Mookie just been like my name. So like some people would say Tyrion now, and it'd just be like, how do you know that type deal? Like, because nobody even think that I got another name. They just know Mookie.
So when was the last time somebody, like, were you in a class in high school or something and somebody said, like, call and roll, Terrion Cooper, and you had to be like, yo, who's that?
Nah, it was a substitute teacher when I was at Pattonville High School. A substitute teacher, like they didn't know me or whatever. They just scrolling down in the name list or whatever and said Terrion, but it was just like I just let it be. But like normally guys on the team would joke around and say it was some guys on Mizzou, O-State, like that still didn't even know like I had a real name. So when I see somebody on the team in the locker room, just say it because they'll go. It's not hard to find out if you really want to know. So they'll go say it, and I just be like, just laugh. But it'd be funny, but I don't really go by it.
I got you, man. Yeah, that was one that I had written down. I'm like, we got to find out the story here. I know, I feel like your mom has either told some reporters or tweeted about it at some point, but we had to get the story from your side. So
yeah, man, we're gonna leave it at that. That's the last time.
all right. So, I mean, this was like from my side. This was a great deal for us, a great chance to kind of, hey, because I was texting with you the other day, and like we don't really get as much of a chance as I mean, I've been covering. I'm going to date myself here. I've been covering Missouri since 2003. I'm going to guess you were born in about 2002. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been covering Missouri since you were a year old. Like there was a time where we got to go to every practice and we got to really know the guys on the team. There are guys that played for Missouri years ago that I still keep in touch with just because I got to know them so much during their college career. But so much around college football has changed, and some of it's COVID and some of it's just coaches are a little bit scared to let guys talk and a little bit scared to let guys like me around the program. So this was a great chance for us to kind of use NIL and stuff like that to get access to you and maybe some of your teammates that we didn't have before. But I want to know, like, from your side, why is this something that interested you and just kind of your chance to maybe let Missouri fans know a little bit more about you?
Yeah, exactly what you just said. It was more like, in high school, I did a lot of did interviews and recruitment, but this was more like high school, it wasn't really nothing. But college, you got this big old fan base, and it's such a big thing. It's just like, why not be able to put a voice to what everybody's seeing or what everybody, it's just good to let people hear stuff from me, instead of just going off of whatever they thinking or that's really just my biggest thing with it.
And I kind of told you one of the things I want to talk about. Like, so, yeah, I know you guys, when you get to campus, whether it was when you got to campus in Columbus or when you came back here to Mizzou, I know a thing that college football programs do a lot of times is kind of media training and, hey, here's how you talk, here's how you do interviews. And did you go through that once or twice? Is that something you guys had to do?
Yeah, I never went through like a training session, like a class or anything, but like they most definitely, we have, like, when you first get to school, they have us presentations. We got to sit through all these meetings and long presentations. So they most definitely tell us about it and give us things on what to like be aware of and what not to answer, things like that. But it's really just like a one day thing, a nice little presentation on it. That's pretty much all we had.
Yeah. How much, and I'm not just talking about interviews here, how much of your life is meetings? Just like whether it's position meetings or film meetings or whatever. I mean, how much of your life do you spend in a meeting room?
If we're gonna count class as a meeting room too, most of it, most of it, like only the nighttime. It's like that's why see me like I don't really even like to do too much because it's like most of the time when your day over with, where you can just chill, it's like you just tired and like you just want like you don't even. So it's already dark. It's getting late, dark fast. But it's like most of the time you sitting and listening or taking note, like you listening to somebody else do something.
So I feel like that's a good place. I mean, so when you're done with class and football and all that, you just go back and hang at your place. I mean, you're not one of these guys that spends a lot of time out doing a lot of other stuff.
No, see, I ain't gonna say I don't go out, but like I'm not a just like I'm not a regular. So like if I go out somewhere, I'm not somewhere where like, oh, what's up? And I'm talking to the man, the owner, like they just know me. Like it's not one of those things. But like I go out maybe occasionally, like my birthday coming up soon, like, or whatever. But like I go home, I play the game. I'm a big GTA and Call of Duty Vanguard player. That's what I would play for 5 hours straight, 6 hours straight. GTA and Vanguard. A little bit of 2K, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I know like that's the big thing with a lot of you guys and a lot of college football players all over is and now you can kind of play with each other like guys that aren't even necessarily here. You can kind of join up remotely and hang out that way. So we're trying to kind of give fans kind of a look at your life off the field and stuff. So who do you live with? Who are your roommates here in Columbia? And kind of who are I mean, is most of your time away from the facility still spent with football players or have you gotten to kind of know some people outside the football team and try to maybe get away from it a little bit?
See now, when I first arrived in Columbia, before I had came to Columbia and at O State, I lived with G Scott in an apartment. And when I got to Mizzou, when I was getting ready to Mizzou, I told Coach Drink, I was like, I wanted to stay alone or whatever, because it was like I already lived with someone. It was like, but Coach Drink was like, no, he wanted me to get used to the guys. So when I first moved in, I stayed with Trevion Ford, Chris Abrams Drain, Jay Nash, and that's it. So it was four of us, me and those three. That was it. But then once we got back in about August, I moved in by myself. I got an apartment by myself now. But I still go out maybe like 2 days a week, be at another friend's house playing the game, or they come to my place. But I live by myself though.
That's a perfect setup, man. That
It's pretty
sounds
cool.
great.
It get boring though. Like that's why I could just sit and play the game because I really got nothing else to do for real. So
Hey, man, that keeps you out of trouble, right?
facts, facts. Out of everybody, out the way, out the mix. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, so I feel like, and just so everybody watching this, and this is going to be like full disclosure, we're recording this on Wednesdays. It's going to air the following Tuesday, so it's going to be a few days after we do this interview when everybody sees it. But I feel like a good place to kind of end this first one, and then we'll kind of have a different little kind of main topic, and then it'll just go off and it'll be a conversation every other episode. But I feel like a good place to end this first one is I want you to tell me about just kind of your feelings about St. Louis and being a St. Louis guy, and tell me about the pride that there is in that city and all you guys that are now up here, because I'm a Kent City guy. I'm from the other side of the state, but originally, but like St. Louis is one, like everybody says, when you're from St. Louis, the first thing people ask is, where'd you go to high school? So tell me about your pride in your hometown, man.
Oh man, I love St. Louis. Like it's why it's so many. Literally, Tyler Macon is at my house. So we literally just said. I was just talking to him. I literally just looked at. I'm like, bro, just like look at how many people we straight on the team that we know, been growing up with. Like none of us ain't just meet in college in this recruitment thing. Like we've been knowing the scene doing football or basketball since we was like 7, 8 years old. Like everybody been knowing each other in some way. So it's just like it's just good to see St. Louis just finally doing something. You know, like I feel like it's a big wave, a big group of St. Louis kids that's going off to school now, and like just this probably like from the 2015-16 class up until now. Like I just feel like this is probably the more or most. I don't know about how many St. Louis kids was going to college then, but knowing how St. Louis is now, and to see like a lot of these people that's my age that grew up in the same environments I did and the same stuff, to see that everybody going to college and doing this, it's just like big, you know. It's just like we really starting to stand for something. That's why I just hope everybody just continue to keep balling out and standing on business.
All right, now I know I said that was going to be the last one, but then you said something about basketball, and I feel like as like, you know, I'm 5'8" maybe, and like people tell me all the time I'm short. Like I don't know that. Like I haven't been short for 45 years. So I got to ask you, you're not the biggest guy. Were you a basketball player growing up?
I was a hooper before a football player. See, all of my like closest friends are basketball players. I grew up, but most of us was all around the same height. So some of them was maybe a little taller, but their feet used to be bigger than mine. I used to have a smaller feet. Their feet used to be bigger than mine. So even some of my friends that used to be shorter than me, they're straight taller than me now. So it's like, but that's why I really stopped hooping. I stopped hooping like 8th grade. But once I got to high school, they wanted me to hoop. But I was just like, nah, I'm just stick with football. Like I ain't like getting my shot blocked because I didn't used to get my shot blocked. So it's like I don't want to do that. But I put the ball down, but I still can go drop 30 on anybody if I feel like it.
All right.
If I feel like it though.
So give me the Mizzou St. Louis basketball team. Like who's your starting 5 on the Mizzou football team? You can put yourself on there if you want to, but
all right, this go. All right. No, this if I leave out loud, this ain't nothing personal. I'm just saying if I'm trying to win a game, this is my top 5. All right, if I'm trying to win a game. Me, I'm gonna be at the point guard. I'm gonna get Dominic Lovett at the 2. Luther Burden at the 3. Davion Sistrunk at the 4. Zeke Powell at the 5.
Zeke Powell. That's a 5 there.
Zeke, but he's not even just like a big man. Like he can shoot threes. Like he can actually hoop though. So Zeke, he actually like a stretch big.
All right, so 3 St. Louis guys, a Texas guy, and the Kansas JUCO guy are going to be the starting 5.
That's the squad right there.
I feel like if some of your teammates hear this, they're going to be like, "Come on, I'll take on your 5."
Yeah, they go. I know that they're gonna see tomorrow. Oh, well, not tomorrow when they air out. They're gonna say we can run this. It's gonna be in the locker room. We go to the gym right now. We can go right after. We go right after the workout. We already know that.
All right, well, Mookie, I appreciate it, man. I've told you we're going to do everyone 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll do this for the next 10 weeks and get into a lot of different things, and hope it's a chance for Missouri fans to get to know you a little bit better, get to know your story, and you know, you told me I can't ask it. I've blown my one question about the name, but I don't know. We'll get into some other stuff besides football over the next 9 weeks.
Yeah. I appreciate you having me, man. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Let's do this, man. Let's go. MIZ.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.